We've got an update for you tonight on the EPA's progress to clean up a contamination site in Franklin. This cleanup involves issues like cancer-causing toxins stemming from a former plant that 13 Investigates has reported on for years. Tonight, residents learned where the EPA is in this cleanup process. Our Emily Longnecker explains what's being done.
I try and treat today like it's my gift.
A gift that Kim Clark doesn't take for granted after losing her share of friends and neighbors to cancer over the years.
I had a friend that lived on across the street. He ended up dying of cancer. The little girl who lived directly across the street, and unfortunately, so sadly, she died of cancer.
Clark wasn't the only one experiencing such loss. In the past decade, 13 Investigates looked into the number of cancer cases in Franklin and the concern from residents that those cases could be linked to contaminants from Franklin's former Amphenol plant.
I've lived in Franklin for 21 years, and a few times I've lived fairly close to that area.
The chemicals from the plant were never directly linked to any of the cancer cases or deaths, but EPA testing showed some of those chemicals had moved outside the plant's fence line and contaminated nearby neighborhoods with vapors from the contamination seeping into the soil and groundwater. In 2018, 37 homes were tested. Of those, 7 required mitigation systems to help with the vapor levels. Then in 2019, the EPA confirmed the potential for vapor intrusion into more homes, the soil, sewer lines, and the city's main drain sewer. 2 years ago, the EPA announced plans for a community-wide cleanup at several contaminated sites. That plan involved putting up walls, not the kind you can see, but ones created by injecting a special material into the ground.
So when we have groundwater pass through that material, it's broken down from the original contaminant into harmless compounds.
Wednesday, the EPA told residents like Kim Clark they'll be testing groundwater in Franklin over the next several years to make sure the walls are working.
I just think it's really important to be transparent in the community and to, explain.
For Clark, those kind of explanations matter when she's trying to feel safe in the place she raised her family and still calls home. In Franklin, Emily Longnecker, 13 News.